All right, listen up, you future titans, you gladiators of the modern age. It's Jordan Belfort, and I'm not here to talk about avoiding stress or finding your damn inner peace in a world that's constantly trying to chew you up and spit you out. No, no, no. Today we're diving into the brutal, beautiful truth about what separates the weak from the truly unstoppable pressure. You think pressure is your enemy? You think it's something to be escaped, avoided, medicated away? That's what the losers tell themselves. They crumble under the weight of it. They wilt. They break. And that's why they never reach their full damn potential. They're looking for comfort when they should be seeking the crucible. The truth? Pressure doesn't break you, it forges you. Like steel, you are hammered, heated, and tempered by the intense forces of life. It's in the eye of the storm under the crushing weight of expectation. When the stakes are highest, that you discover what you're truly made of. And if you learn to harness that immense energy, to channel that raw power, you don't just survive, you thrive. You turn chaos into cold, hard opportunity and stress into the fuel that drives unstoppable success. On Wall Street, pressure isn't a problem. It's the damn air we breathe. It's the constant, unforgiving force that separates the millionaires from the nervous wrecks. It's where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye. And those who master it, those are the wolves who walk away with the feast. Most people are paralyzed by tension. They lose their focus. They make stupid decisions. But you, if you're still here, you're ready to stop being a victim of circumstance and start being the master of your own damn destiny. You're ready to learn the wolf's law, how to harness that stress, sharpen your focus, and transform every moment of tension into an opportunity to come out stronger, richer, and more powerful than ever before. Are you ready to embrace the fire? Good. Let's get forged. Law hash 1. Embrace the fire. The forging of steel. All right. Let's start with the absolute bedrock of turning pressure into power. You must learn to embrace the fire. This isn't about running from discomfort. It's about actively stepping into the crucible where your true strength is forged. Most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid pressure, to stay in their comfort zones. They seek paths of least resistance, fearing anything that might test their limits. They want the rewards of success without enduring the process of transformation. And that's why they remain soft, brittle, and easily broken when the real pressure hits. But do you know how steel is made? It's not found naturally in its strongest form. It's raw iron, subjected to immense heat, hammered and beaten, then cooled in silence. That's the process. It's forged in fire. And that, my friends, is exactly what you are. You are steel. You are strong. You are unbreakable. But only if you allow yourself to be forged in the fires of your pain, tempered by the cold silence of your strength. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a fundamental law of growth. Pressure reveals weakness. The stress test, like a structural engineer stress testing a building. Pressure exposes the flaws, the cracks, the areas where you need to reinforce. It tells you exactly where you're vulnerable. Practical tip. When you feel pressure, instead of immediately trying to escape it, pause. Ask yourself, what is this pressure revealing about me? What weakness is it highlighting that I need to address? Pressure builds strength, the muscle growth. Just like lifting heavy weights makes your muscles grow, enduring and overcoming high-pressure situations builds mental, emotional, and even spiritual strength. Every time you push through, you get stronger. Practical tip: consciously seek out challenges that push your limits. Take on projects that scare you. Enter competitions. Put yourself in situations where the stakes are real. This builds your resilience muscles. Pressure clarifies focus. The diamond cutter under intense pressure. All non-essentials fall away. You become acutely aware of what truly matters, what needs your immediate attention. It cuts through the BS and forces you to focus. Practical tip. When overwhelmed, identify the single most critical task that will alleviate the most pressure or move the needle most significantly. Then commit to that one thing. Pressure fuels innovation. The necessity mother, when faced with extreme pressure and limited options, your creativity is often unleashed. Necessity truly is the mother of invention. Breakthroughs often occur when backs are against the wall. Practical tip: instead of panicking when under pressure, shift your mindset to how can I solve this in a completely new, unconventional way. Embracing the fire isn't about being masochistic. It's about being strategically opportunistic. It's about understanding that the very forces that break others are the forces that will build your empire. Don't fear the heat. Step into it. Allow it to strip away your weaknesses and reveal the unbreakable steel within you. That, my friends, is the first law of turning pressure into power. Law #2, master your inner noise, the calm in the storm. All right, law #2, and this is where you gain an unfair advantage over 99% of the population. You must master your inner noise. When the external world is screaming, when chaos erupts, when pressure mounts, your ability to remain calm and clear-headed within yourself is the ultimate superpower. Most people, when under pressure, descend into mental anarchy. Their minds race, flooded with fear, doubt, and frantic thoughts. They lose their ability to think straight, to strategize, to make sound decisions. Their inner world becomes a battlefield, and that internal chaos projects itself onto their actions, leading to mistakes, panic, and inevitable defeat. But a true wolf, they understand that the loudest noise isn't outside, it's inside, and they have learned to master that inner noise. They can reclaim their stillness, cultivate presence, and achieve clarity from calm, even when the world around them is burning. This inner mastery isn't just about feeling better, it's about strategic advantage. The silence protocol, your mental reset button. You've got to create moments of profound quiet, especially when the world tries to drown you out. Morning ritual: start your day with 15 forced 30 minutes of absolute silence. No phone, no news, just stillness. This sets your mental foundation. Micro pauses. Throughout your day, consciously take 60-second silence breaks. Close your eyes, breathe deep, and just listen to your own thoughts without judgment. This recenters you. Practical tip: when a high-pressure situation hits, physically step away for a moment if you can. Find a quiet spot, even a bathroom stall. Just 60 seconds of focused breathing and silence can completely shift your state. Observe your thoughts, the unattached witness. Your thoughts are not you. They are just patterns in your brain. Under pressure, fearful thoughts will arise. Don't engage them. Don't fight them. Just observe them, acknowledge them, and let them pass. Journaling. Get the chaotic thoughts out of your head and onto paper. This externalizes them, making them less overwhelming and allowing you to analyze them objectively. Practical tip: when you feel panic rising, write down every single thought that comes into your head, no matter how irrational. Just the act of writing can calm the storm. Focus on your breath, the anchor in chaos. Your breath is always with you, always in the present moment. When your mind is racing, consciously slow your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. This signals to your nervous system that you are safe, calm, and in control. Practical tip: use the box breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4. Exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat. It's incredibly effective for high-pressure moments. Reframe pressure. The perspective shift. Your perception of pressure dictates your response. Don't see it as a threat. See it as energy, as a signal, as an opportunity to perform. Excitement versus anxiety. The physiological responses are similar. Reframe your internal narrative. I'm not anxious, I'm excited and energized. Challenge versus problem. Problems stop you. Challenges propel you forward. Practical tip: before a high-stakes event, tell yourself, this is an opportunity to prove what I'm capable of. I thrive under this kind of energy. Mastering your inner noise isn't about becoming emotionless, it's about becoming emotionally intelligent. It's about maintaining a clear, strategic mind when everyone else is losing their damn heads. When you master this, you don't just survive the storm, you navigate it. You don't just withstand pressure, you use it to sharpen your focus and dominate the situation. That, my friends, is the calm before the victory. Cod slob, 1 hour pressure cooker, intentionality under duress. All right, law hash 3. And this is where daily discipline meets high stakes performance. You must leverage the 1 hour pressure cooker. While most people only react to pressure, you, the wolf, use disciplined, intentional daily effort to build the reserves and the mental toughness that allow you to thrive under duress. Most people live their lives in a reactive state. They wake up and immediately respond to emails, notifications, and other people's demands. They're busy, but they're not growing. They're like a fighter who only trains when he's already in the ring getting punched in the face. By then, it's too late. When real pressure hits, their lack of preparation is exposed. But a true wolf, a master of their craft, they understand that victory in the crucible of pressure is forged in the quiet hours of consistent, intentional effort. They don't wait for the storm, they build their ark every damn day. Think about Jim Rohn's powerful concept, 1 hour a day can change your life. It's not just about general self-improvement, it's about building your capacity to handle any pressure life throws at you. Here's how to turn your daily 1 hour into a pressure cooker that builds unstoppable resilience. Preemptive stress training, the daily drill. Use your dedicated hour to practice performing under simulated pressure. Focused problem solving, tackle your hardest intellectual challenge during this hour. Force yourself to find solutions when your brain wants to quit. Skill under constraint. Practice a skill negotiation, public speaking writing with an artificial time limit or increased difficulty. This builds mental stamina. Practical tip. Each day in your 1 hour, dedicate 15-20 minutes to intensely focused work on a task that you find challenging. This builds your pressure muscle. Strategic knowledge accumulation, the armory buildup. The more knowledge and understanding you have, the more calmly and effectively you can respond to unexpected pressure. Ignorance breeds panic. Deep industry dive. Use your hour to study your market, your competitors, or emerging trends. This intel minimizes surprises. Case study analysis. Learn from how others handled pressure and chaos. What worked? What failed? Practical tip. Consistently consume high-value information relevant to your field. The more data your subconscious has, the better it can react under pressure. Mindset reinforcement. The mental fortress. Use your 1 hour to reinforce the unshakable mindset we discussed earlier. Visualization. Spend time vividly visualizing yourself thriving under pressure, making brilliant decisions in chaotic moments. Affirmations. Repeat powerful affirmations that reinforce your resilience and ability to perform under tension. Practical tip. Combine your morning 1 hour with mental exercises that build your confidence and focus for the day. Rest and recovery. The recharge. The 1 hour also includes intentional rest and recovery, which is crucial for handling sustained pressure. You can't perform under pressure if you're constantly depleted. Quality sleep. Prioritize 7-8 hours of quality sleep. This is non-negotiable for cognitive function under stress. Strategic breaks. Integrate short, intentional breaks throughout your day to prevent burnout. Practical tip. Ensure your 1 hour sometimes includes deliberate relaxation or light exercise to manage stress hormones. The 1 hour pressure cooker isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter and more intentionally. It's about building the internal capacity to not just withstand pressure, but to perform at your absolute peak when the stakes are highest. Because when you're consistently prepared, when your mental and physical reserves are full, pressure becomes your ultimate ally. That, my friends, is how you ensure you're always ready to win. Law hash 4. Pressure is a magnifying glass. Sharpen your focus. All right, law hash 4. And this is where true clarity emerges from the chaos. You must see pressure as a magnifying glass that sharpens your focus. While most people lose their damn minds under stress, their attention scattering like buckshot. You, the wolf, use that intense pressure to laser focus on what truly matters, cutting through all the noise and distraction. Most people, when overwhelmed, try to do too much. They multitask frantically, responding to every new demand, every flashing light, every screaming emergency. Their attention becomes fragmented, their energy diluted, and their effectiveness plummets. They become busy fools, confusing activity with productivity. But a true wolf, a master of the hunt, they understand that under extreme pressure, you don't expand your efforts, you condense them, you don't scatter your attention, you pinpoint it. Pressure strips away the non-essentials, forcing you to identify the few critical actions that will yield maximum impact. Think about a diamond cutter. Under immense pressure, the diamond is cut with pinpoint precision. One wrong move and it shatters. But that pressure also reveals the facets, the lines along which the perfect cut can be made. Pressure, when properly channeled, reveals the critical path. Here rests how to use pressure as a magnifying glass for razor-sharp focus. The one thing, rule the critical path. When under intense pressure, ask yourself, what is the single most important thing I need to do right now that will alleviate the most pressure or move me closest to my goal? Then attack that one thing with everything you've got. Practical tip. Use the Eisenhower matrix urgent plan to ruthlessly prioritize under pressure. Focus almost exclusively on urgent and important tasks, delegating or delaying everything else. Eliminate all distractions, the tunnel vision. Pressure demands complete, undivided attention. Ruthlessly eliminate anything that pulls your focus away from your critical task. Notifications off permanently for everything non-critical. Close tabs. Only have the essential applications open. Do not disturb mode. Inform your team you're entering a focus zone. Practical tip, create a physical and digital environment that supports deep focus. Declutter your workspace. Time boxing, the pressure container. Allocate specific short, intense bursts of time to your critical tasks. This creates internal pressure to perform and prevents procrastination. Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then a 5-minute break. Repeat, this trains your focus muscle. Sprint mentality. Approach tasks as short, intense sprints where you give 100% effort, knowing there's a defined endpoint. Practical tip. Before starting a task under pressure, set a timer for a short, aggressive deadline. This activates your focus. Embrace the crisis mentality, the hyper-awareness in a true crisis. Your senses are heightened, your mind sharpens, you become hyper-aware. Learn to access this state on demand. Simulated stakes when working on important tasks. Mentally raise the stakes. Imagine the consequences of failure and the rewards of success. Controlled urgency. Cultivate a sense of urgency without succumbing to panic. This is about disciplined speed. Practical tip. Before a critical task, take a few deep breaths and tell yourself, this is a high-stakes moment. I am locked in. I am focused. Pressure, when properly understood, is not a burden. It's a gift. It's the ultimate tool for stripping away mediocrity and forcing you to operate at your highest level. When you learn to use pressure as a magnifying glass, you don't just react to challenges, you master them. You don't just focus, you dominate your attention. And in doing so, you dominate your results. That, my friends, is how you achieve unparalleled clarity. Law hash 5. The calculated response, strategic silence under fire. All right, law hash 5. And this is where true power is demonstrated in the face of aggression. You must wield the calculated response, often through strategic silence under fire. While most people respond to pressure with emotion, with anger, with a frantic flurry of words, you, the wolf, respond with deliberate precision, or sometimes with no response at all, making your silence speak volumes. Most people, when attacked, threatened or put on the spot, react impulsively. They lash out, they defend, they over-explain, they let their emotions dictate their words, giving away their power, revealing their vulnerabilities, and often making the situation worse. They mistake a loud response for a strong one. Is a true wolf a master negotiator? They understand that their silence isn't just a response, it's a lesson. It's a reminder that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is say nothing at all. It's you saying, yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm angry, but I won't let you see that. I won't let you win. This emotional containment, this deliberate non-response is a powerful weapon. Here Wes is how to employ the calculated response and strategic silence under fire. The masterful pause. The psychological weapon. When someone throws a jab, makes an outrageous demand, or tries to provoke you, your first instinct might be to retaliate. Don't pause. Let the silence hang heavy. Let their words echo. This puts the pressure back on them. Practical tip. In a tense negotiation, if an aggressive offer is made, lean back slightly, maintain eye contact, and say absolutely nothing for a few seconds. Their discomfort will often lead to them reevaluating or even making concessions. Emotional detachment. The stone face when under fire. Separate your emotions from your strategy. Don't let anger, fear, or frustration cloud your judgment. Project an outward appearance of calm, even if your internal furnace is raging. Practical tip. Practice the steel mindset. Remind yourself they want a reaction. I will give them nothing. I am unbreakable. The minimalist response, the precise strike. If you must speak, choose your words with surgical precision. Say only what is necessary and nothing more. Avoid over-explaining, defending, or justifying. Your words should be like a single devastating punch, not a frantic flailing. Practical tip before responding, mentally rehearse the shortest, most impactful reply. Cut out all fluff. Redirection. The shift of focus. Instead of directly engaging in a losing battle or pointless argument, skillfully redirect the conversation back to your objective or to a more favorable topic. Practical tip. Use phrases like, I understand your point, but let's refocus on X. Well, that's an interesting perspective, but what truly matters here is why. Let actions speak louder the undeniable proof. Sometimes the most powerful response to pressure or criticism is simply to deliver undeniable results. Your success, your growth, your continued progress will break them in ways anger never could. Practical tip. When faced with detractors, double down on your work. Let your achievements be the ultimate comeback. The calculated response, especially strategic silence, isn't about being passive. It's about being profoundly in control. It's about denying your opponents the reaction they crave and instead delivering an unexpected blow of composure and resolve. When you master this, you don't just react to fire, you absorb it and reflect it back with amplified force. That, my friends, is how you ensure your dominance. Law #6. Turn chaos into opportunity. The predator's advantage. All right, law #6. And this is where true genius shines amidst the madness. You must turn chaos into opportunity. While the vast majority of people are paralyzed by uncertainty, blinded by fear, and retreating from disorder, you, the wolf, see moments of chaos as your prime hunting ground, where the biggest gains are made. Most people are creatures of order. They thrive in predictability and clear rules and stable environments. When that stability shatters, when the market tanks, when a crisis hits, they panic. Their decision-making goes haywire. They pull back, they freeze. They see threats everywhere, missing the massive openings that emerge when the conventional rules collapse. But a true wolf, a master of the Wall Street jungle, they understand that chaos is not a problem, it's a lever. It's the ultimate disruptor that creates vast new opportunities for those with the clarity, the courage, and the speed to act. When the waters are turbulent, that's when the big fish are caught. Him taught us how to cultivate the predator's advantage and turn chaos into opportunity. Maintain your calm the eye of the storm. This goes back to mastering your inner noise. When everyone else is losing their heads, your ability to remain calm and analytical allows you to see patterns and possibilities others miss. Practical tip: practice deep breathing and rapid mental resets when chaos erupts. Your calm mind is your most valuable asset. Rapid assessment, the snap analysis. In chaotic situations, you don't have time for lengthy deliberation. You need to quickly assess the new landscape, identify the new risks, and more importantly, the new openings. Focus on the new reality. Don't dwell on how things used to be. What is the situation now? What are the new facts? Identify first-order effects. What are the immediate direct consequences of the chaos? Look for second-order effects. What are the indirect, often hidden opportunities or ripple effects that others aren't seeing yet? Practical tip: when chaos hits, quickly list 5 immediate implications and 5 potential opportunities that arise from the new situation. Strategic patience, the wolf's wait. Sometimes the best move in chaos is to wait for the dust to settle, to observe how others react, to let the weak overextend themselves before you make your move. Practical tip: don't feel pressured to act immediately in every chaotic scenario. Observe the frenetic activity of others and wait for their mistakes. Act decisively. The lightning strike. Once the opportunity reveals itself, hit it hard and fast. The window for exploiting chaos is often short. Speed of implementation. Your ability to move quickly when others are paralyzed is a massive competitive advantage. Resource deployment channel, all available resources to capitalize on the identified opportunity. Practical tip: have a premeditated chaos playbook that outlines general steps for capitalizing on market disruptions. Reframe risk. The calculated leap. In chaos, risk looks different, while some risks disappear. New, often more lucrative ones emerge. Learn to distinguish between reckless gambling and calculated leaps into the opportune unknown. Practical tip: focus on the upside potential during chaos rather than just the downside. What's the biggest win possible if you play your cards right? Turning chaos into opportunity isn't about being reckless. It's about being incredibly perceptive, adaptable, and fearless. It's about seeing the world not as a stable playground, but as a dynamic battlefield where the rules are constantly shifting. When you master this, you don't just survive downturns, you dominate them. You don't just react to crises, you engineer your ascent through them. That, my friends, is the ultimate predator's advantage. Law hash 7, the unbreakable resolve, willpower under siege. All right, law hash 7, and this is where legends are made, where ordinary people transcend into the extraordinary. You must possess an unbreakable resolve, an iron willpower that refuses to quit under siege. Pressure, chaos, setbacks, they will come. But your unwavering commitment to your vision, your absolute refusal to be broken, is the ultimate weapon. Most people have flimsy willpower. They quit at the first sign of resistance, the first major setback, the first wave of doubt. They talk a big game when things are easy, but when the going gets tough, they fold like a cheap suit. They have fair weather ambition, only willing to push when the sun is shining. But a true wolf, a relentless force, they are defined by their tenacity. Their resolve is forged in the fires of adversity. They understand that success is not just about skill or strategy. It's about sheer bloody-minded refusal to give up. When everything is screaming at them to quit, when the odds seem insurmountable, their willpower kicks in and they push through. Think about the sheer raw will required to rebuild an empire after losing everything. It's not just skill, it's an absolute visceral refusal to be defeated. It's saying no to the voice of surrender. Here sets how to cultivate unbreakable resolve and willpower under siege. Connect to your why, the unquenchable fire. Your willpower is fueled by your purpose. When the pressure is immense, constantly reconnect with the deep, visceral reason why you started, why you're fighting. What is your ultimate vision? What legacy are you building? Practical tip: Keep a physical reminder of your why. A photo, a note, a vision board in your workspace. Look at it when you feel like quitting. Micro victories, the momentum builder. When the big goal seems insurmountable under pressure, break it down into tiny, achievable steps. Focus on winning the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next task. Each small victory builds momentum and reinforces your resolve. Practical tip. If you feel overwhelmed, pick one ridiculously small task you can complete in 2 minutes. Do it. Then pick another, build a chain of small wins. Negative visualization, the fear fueler. Sometimes to maintain resolve, you need to understand the painful consequences of quitting. Visualize what your life will look like if you give up. Feel the regret, the mediocrity, then use that discomfort to fuel your fight. Practical tip. Write down what you stand to lose if you abandon your pursuit. This can be a powerful motivator when your resolve wavers. Embrace discomfort, the growth zone. Willpower grows by pushing through uncomfortable situations. Don't avoid pain, lean into it. Every time you consciously choose to keep going when it's hard, you strengthen your resolve. Practical tip, identify a daily task you find uncomfortable. For example, cold shower, difficult conversation, challenging workout, and force yourself to do it. This builds your discomfort muscle. Protect your energy, the fuel tank. Unbreakable resolve requires consistent energy. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and strategic breaks. You can't fight effectively if you're running on fumes. Practical tip. Treat your body like a high-performance machine. What you put in and how you maintain it directly impacts your willpower. Unbreakable resolve isn't about being immune to pain. It's about having the mental toughness to endure it, to learn from it, and to keep pushing forward no matter how many blows you take. It's the ultimate defiant act in the face of adversity. When you possess this, you don't just survive, you outlast everyone else. You don't just fight, you conquer through sheer unyielding will. And that, my friends, is the essence of true domination. Law hash 8, the pressure performance loop, continuous ascent. All right, law hash 8, the final crucial rule. And this is how you ensure not just isolated victories, but a continuous, unstoppable ascent. You must create and leverage the pressure performance loop. This is the ultimate cycle where consistently engaging with and overcoming pressure leads to higher performance, which in turn prepares you for even greater challenges, creating an upward spiral of success. Most people hit a ceiling. They get comfortable, their skills plateau, and their growth stagnates. They avoid new challenges, fearing the pressure that comes with them. They stop pushing their limits, and in doing so, they prevent themselves from reaching the next level of achievement. But a true wolf, they are always seeking growth, always pushing boundaries. They understand that every time they step into a high-pressure situation and succeed, they don't just win that specific battle, they fundamentally transform themselves. They level up. They become a more formidable force, ready for the next bigger hunt. This loop isn't optional, it's the engine of relentless success. Seek conscious challenge, the growth catalyst. Don't wait for pressure to find you, actively seek it out. Volunteer for tough projects, take on greater responsibilities, step into leadership roles that push your limits. Practical tip. Identify areas where you feel comfortable and deliberately introduce a new level of challenge. This creates positive pressure for growth. Engage with intentionality, the focused attack. When you're in a high-pressure situation, don't just react. Engage with deliberate strategy. Apply all the previous laws. Master your inner noise. Sharpen your focus. Use calculated responses. Practical tip. Before a high-stakes event, mentally review the wolf's laws. Choose 1-2 to actively apply during the situation. Debrief and learn. The post-hunt analysis. After every high-pressure event, whether it's a win or a setback, conduct a thorough debrief. What worked? What strategies or mindsets were most effective? What didn't work? Where did you falter? What could be improved? New strengths acquired. What new skills or mental toughness did you gain from this experience? Practical tip, dedicate 15, at least 30 minutes after every significant pressure event to reflect and extract lessons. Integrate and elevate the ascension. Take the lessons learned, the new strengths acquired, and integrate them into your skill set and mindset. This elevates your baseline performance, preparing you for the next level of pressure. New capabilities. What new capabilities do you now possess? Increased capacity. How is your capacity to handle pressure expanded? Higher stakes. What bigger challenges are you now ready to tackle? Practical tip. Consciously seek out a slightly higher stakes challenge next time to keep the loop going. The pressure performance loop is a never-ending cycle of growth, mastery, and domination. It's how you ensure that every moment of tension, every challenge, every crisis transforms you into a more powerful, more capable, more formidable version of yourself. You don't just win battles, you evolve with every fight. You don't just overcome pressure, you leverage it for continuous ascent. And that, my friends, is the ultimate law of the wolf. Never stop growing, never stop conquering. You've got it now. The wolf's law turned pressure into power. 8 unbreakable principles for harnessing stress, sharpening your focus, and transforming every ounce of tension into the fuel that drives unstoppable success. You've learned to embrace the fire, master your inner noise, leverage the 1-hour pressure cooker, sharpen your focus with pressure, deliver calculated responses, turn chaos into opportunity, cultivate unbreakable resolve, and activate the pressure performance loop for continuous ascent. So what's next? I'll tell you what's next. Immediate, unyielding, action! This isn't theory, it's the damn playbook for domination. Don't let this knowledge sit dormant. Don't let the next moment of pressure catch you unprepared. Take a deep breath right now. Feel any pressure you're currently under. Choose one of these wolf's laws to apply in the next 24 hours. Just one. Then take the smallest possible action towards it, whether it's a 60-second silence break, a quick debrief of a recent challenge, or simply reframing a stressful thought as an opportunity. You have the power within you to not just withstand pressure, but to become a master of it, to use it as your greatest ally, to let it forge you into the unbreakable, unstoppable force you were always meant to be. Remember this truth. Engrave it into your very soul. The size of your success is directly proportional to your ability to handle pressure. It's not about avoiding the fire. It's about dancing in it and emerging stronger, sharper, and more powerful than ever before. The world is full of comfort seekers. Be a wolf. Embrace the crucible. Turn every moment of tension into your greatest triumph. Go out there, harness the pressure, and dominate your damn destiny. Now go.